Now, Madam President, let us deal with the matter of the 9 acres of the lands for Mr. Ted Hobson that was swapped for lands from Craddock Road. Madam President, there is a lady by the name of Vance Amory who was in class with me. A very quiet lady. When she talks, you don't even know she's opening her mouth. Worked very hard in the civil service, looking for peace and quiet in her life, having taken care of her 2 aunts, Madam President. This government, or let me take out this, the government led by Vance Amory with the legal advisor as Ted Hobson took away the lady's land in Craddock Road in the same area where Ted Hobson had land. Took away the lands and refused to pay the lady, Madam President. Refused to pay the lady. No, napkin. Refused to pay the lady. And when they paid the lady, I think they paid her at less than $4 EC per square foot. Come into that. Come into that. Refused to pay her less than $4 a square foot. This is a poor lady who wants the money to fix the roof of her house. She's not a rich person. She's not a well-off person. She don't get a big pension. She needs the money to fix the roof of her house. And she was denied. She was denied. Why she was denied, I do not know. I cannot say. I don't dare say. Because I could be wrong. It's something to Hensley, but I hope it's not that. I don't believe it can be that. Madam President, Mr. Hobson had 7 acres of land. We asked him to sell us some, he refused. He refused. But when the CCM government got into power, he trades the 7 acres, not for 8, 9. 9 acres for lands in an area that is regarded as a high-end area. Now, Madam President, I would like to know, as Mr. Hector is asking me, what was the rate of exchange? If I honestly sold for $3.5 a square foot, what was the rate of exchange for Mr. Hobson? That the lands at Ramsbury are more expensive than the lands in Upper Jessops? I wonder if the member opposite, the leader of the opposition, would want to disturb me on a point of information. I invite a point of information, Madam President. I would only sit if he stand, but I believe his conscience should make him stand. His conscience should make him stand. Since he has spoken about the halcyon days and what a good government he ran, explain to me why a poor lady is offered $3.5 per square foot and the legal advisor and the man who does business with 4 Seasons get 9 acres in Upper Jessops, where the rich people live and the well-to-do and well-off, in place of 7 acres. Again, I know the gentleman sitting over there. We know each other very well. We know each other very well. And you know, in the earlier days of our lives, maybe 40 years or so, we would have said, boy, that man there ain't no good. Excuse the quotation. We would have said that man there ain't no good, he need to move away from there. But you see, when you keep on compromising your life, you stray away from where you used to be. And you're fooling yourself that you're still there, but you're not there anymore. You have moved away from the center line. You have departed from the center line because of the people who you have associated with over the past years. But this is what is happening to you. And you're still pretending. You're still pretending that you're the same man. You're not. You're not the same man. Maybe you can get back there because God has given us that grace that we can return. But you're not there. You don't tell me a young lady who went to school with you, a young lady who you know, who you must have hugged up and squeezed because I know you. You must have done all those things. You don't tell me, Madam President, why are you looking at me like that? You don't tell me that you would see that girl being pressured for a piece of land to repair her roof in Craddock Road, and you will condone that and allow the man who led the fight to get 9 acres of some of the best lands in Nevis for 7 acres of the same land that only worth $3.50 a square foot? No, man. Something is wrong. So you don't come here and talk about Mr. Hobson's land. You don't talk about it because there's a lot of injustice inside there. There's a lot of justice, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, and a lot of suffering by this young lady who could not live in her house for 2 years, who had to go on shelter in Mr. Daniel's house. You understand the hurt to her pride? You understand the hurt to her pride? To a young lady who was brought up decently, brought up in a middle class home, brought up to feel independent, and she has to take shelter in somebody else's home because her government, the Nevis Island government, persecuted her, and you were the head of it, and you knew about it, and then you come here and talk about the joy and happiness of the Nevisian people? Madam President, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed.